thing you're going to do is you're going to take your sample of fabric that you've attached your interfacing to, and you're going to mark the length of your buttonhole on your fabric. Now, the length of your buttonhole is going to be based on the size of the button that you're going to be putting on the garment. For this, I'm just going to use just a sample length, just something that I just drew at random, just so that we have a guide to follow. Now, all you do is you make your line on your fabric on the right side of the fabric. Remember, your interfacing has been attached to the back side of the fabric. And you are going to start off making sure that you've got all your machine settings correct. Your stitch length should be somewhere in the range of 0 to 1. I've got mine placed up closer to 1 so that I'll have a larger buttonhole stitch. And I have changed my presser foot to the B presser foot. And I have put my stitch pattern selector on the selection for the first part of the buttonhole, okay, which will be the left-hand side of the buttonhole. So I'm going to lower my presser foot down, and I'm going to put my needle so that it's a little bit to the left of the top of that line, and I'm going to go forward until I get to the end of that line. Now, you always want your needle to be in the up position, not down in your fabric when you get ready to change positions. So I'm going to change my stitch pattern selector over to a 2. And then I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to do that bottom side, or one of the short sides of the buttonhole, about 3 or 4 stitches, and you're going to stop and leave your needle in the up position. And then I'm going to change my stitch pattern selector to the 3. I'm going to come up the side. The blue line should be in the center. And then you're going to make sure that your needle is in the up position. You're going to change your stitch pattern selector back to a 4. And that's the end of your buttonhole. And so you bring it out. And what you will do next is you're going to take your embroidery scissors and you're going to trim off the ends of your thread. On both sides. And remember, I told you that you were going to be trimming away the excess interfacing. The whole purpose of the interfacing was just to create a little bit of thickness and stability on your fabric, but you don't need it on the rest of your fabric. So what you're going to do is you're going to actually peel that off. And that's why I didn't want you to use a whole lot of heat with your iron, because that just makes it harder to peel that off. And so you're just going to go around and peel all that. And then you're going to come back with your embroidery scissors and you're going to trim all that off. And I'm just getting rid of the bulk right here. And now I'm going back and trimming the excess off around closely. So when you get finished, you've got something kind of like that. Then you're going to come over here with your seam ripper, and you're going to very carefully open that buttonhole up by putting your seam ripper in the center of the opening of your buttonhole. And you just continue all the way to the end until you have opened that up. And then, if you have any stray threads, you clip those, and then you staple that into your portfolio, and you've got a nice buttonhole. Okay?